Hey there, sexy. It's Brandon. I'm here to give you what you want. I'm here to give you what you need. Video number 28. Oh. Welcome back. Yeah. Video number 28. What's up? Oh, man, I want to go into some good stuff today. This is going to be a number 28 on the website. It's about vaccines, so it's going to be very, very short. But I was thinking about, I was eating breakfast this morning, and I decided I wanted to go over something really, really important with you guys. And I wanted to go over with you instruments of freedom. We've got clips. We've got pistols. I mean, these bad boys right here are the one thing, just holding them, not using them, just having them. The founding fathers knew that if we own these and just had them sitting here, I mean, hell, even if we hardly knew how to use them, just having them here, just going like this, just setting them here at the end of the desk, yeah, this keeps people from doing too much crazy shit they shouldn't be doing. Okay, these are not anywhere near as powerful as a demeanor and a mindset of asking questions about words, terms, and phrases. Not even close. Not even these are almost have almost zero power compared to that mindset, right? But in terms of a number 2 position of power, these bad boys right here are freedom insurers. Freedom insurers. And I'm going to go over how that is and why that is. And there's all these fucking people on the internet that are talking about the Second Amendment and just like everything else, on both sides of the spectrum, people on the right, people on the left, people in the center, people who have chopped their fucking dicks off and run around telling people they've got no rights. Everybody under the sun, moon, and stars fits the same fucking category. They don't understand the definitions of words. Period. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you the how to carry a firearm. Any fucking firearm. If you want to carry a fucking 50 caliber fully automatic belt-fed machine gun that weighs 97 pounds on a sling, you're probably going to cause some serious fucking upset. I wouldn't recommend it. Again, you got to keep in your trusty beneficiary relationship. So, if you walk down the street with a fully automatic, Hitler's buzzsaw MG42, that's not going to be very beneficial for people emotionally, right? It depends on where you go. There's some areas in the country where you do something like that, and you're gonna cause a lot of happiness and excitement, right? You come around my house, I'm going to be real thrilled about it, right? But the problem is, keep in that trusty beneficiary relationship. Don't go, I don't run around in California with machine guns strapped to my body and stuff like that because in California, people will lose their fucking mind, okay? Now, concealed carrying a handgun, that's a very different story. But I will show you the simplicity of all of this right now. So we have the Second Amendment, right? And the Second Amendment does not apply to U.S. citizens. That's why you have to get a concealed carry permit. That's why you have to get an FFL. That's why you have to get on your knees and suck dick like a circus seal to be given your God-given rights by humans, which is fucking disgusting. Humans do not give you your human rights. Yes, God gives you your human rights. The fact that you're even here means God has blessed you with your rights. If you didn't have the God-given rights, you wouldn't fucking be here. It's that simple, okay? Now, if someone asks me, where's your concealed carry permit? Where's your permit to own this firearm? Where's this? It's right here. Right here. And you hear this a lot by people on the right. There it is, right there. Here it is, right here. Right here, right? And you hear this all the time by people on the right. My Second Amendment, my Second Amendment, my Second Amendment. And then where does it go from there? Well, the argument goes to the definition of a militia. Then you go and look in the definition of a militia in the dictionary, and it's some weird-ass definition that doesn't really apply. And people try to fit that in there like a square peg in a round hole, and then now they just argue for the next 20 years, and nobody ever gets anywhere, and it's fucking retarded, right? This whole conversation of the Second Amendment is really, really fucking simple, okay? And nobody needs to argue about it anymore. Nobody needs to talk about it anymore. Nobody needs to go on social media and spout off and fucking jerk off in front of the camera about it anymore. Okay? It's real fucking simple. You go to Black's Law, 4th edition, which is on the screen right now, and they have a definition of militia. It's right here. Oh my God, shocking. Shocking. Everyone's fucking complaining about definitions, arguing about definitions. Oh no. Could there possibly be a fucking definition that actually applies and clarifies what the founding fathers, who weren't fucking retards, were trying to say? Maybe. No. Let's just argue about it for 20 years and fucking jerk off and jam cucumbers up our ass. Oh, okay. I'll jam a cucumber up your ass if you jam one up my ass. Oh, I'd love to. So let's pull the cucumbers out of our ass and actually clear up the definition of the word militia, okay? The definition of militia is the body of citizens in a state enrolled for discipline as a military force, but not engaged in actual service except in emergencies, as distinguished from regular troops or a standing army. You also have militiamen. Comprehends every temporary citizen soldier who in time of war or emergency enters active military service of the country. Okay? So what they're saying in this definition is it's the people who live. Now I get that they use the word citizen, they use the word state. State is lowercase, citizens lowercase. Remember, this is a very old dictionary. They're not referring to U.S. citizen here. They're referring to the more benevolent definition. They're referring to just someone who lives in an area and is connected with and interacts with and is an integral part of some sector. They're talking about de jure. So it wouldn't be like at this time period. I don't think there even was U.S. citizen versus, maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. But that's not what they're talking about here. They're talking about just chill with all that for a second. They're talking about the body of citizens in a state enrolled for discipline as a military force, but not engaged in actual service except in emergencies, as distinguished from regular troops or standing army. Right? Comprehends every temporary citizen soldier who in time of war or emergency enters active military service of the country. Right? So it's I remember seeing another definition here somewhere too. I can't remember what it was. But basically, what militia means is it means every person in a civilian body or a citizen body, a non fucked up definition of citizen, right? Like a person living in an area, even a resident or even a sojourn of an area who's there at that time. Anyone who could or has the capacity to fight would be considered a militia or a militiaman. So that idea gets a little bit tricky because there could be somebody who could barely even move their body. They might be in some hospital bed somewhere in some hospital, but if they're willing to pick up a firearm and they can hold the firearm in their hand and pull the trigger, or you could even go farther than that and say, like, what if someone's willing to hold a bunch of bombs in their chest and they're waiting for some kind of insurgency team to come in and they're gonna kill themselves by blowing up the whole building like an old kamikaze Japanese fighter pilot, something like that, right? This is in my opinion, it means basically everyone who's not in a coma. If the person has the physical, mental, and okay. So it probably wouldn't include people who are like super delusional or who have no grip to reality at all. It probably wouldn't include people who can't answer simple questions, people who can't take care of themselves at all. It probably wouldn't include people like that. If you can ask a human being are you ready and willing to fight? And that human being actually has the capacity to answer the question yes or no. That person would be officially classified as militia. If you cannot ask the person that question because they cannot comprehend that question and give you a lucid answer, that person would not be considered militia. And that's the definition of militia, right? So when you think about it that way, it's a lot different, right? So militia, so a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, right? So if you fit that category of militia, meaning if it's not a person who gets asked, are you ready to fight? And they say yes. It's just a person who has the capacity to answer the question. So if a person doesn't want to fight and they're like, fuck you, I have no interest in fighting, I'm not going to fight, I'm a pacifist by religion, they're still militia, but they're answering the question no. And because their power of choice is higher on the scale than law, they are not compelled to bear arms, but they still have the right to bear arms at any point in time in their life if they so desire. So militia is a person who has the capacity to answer the question. Someone who's insane, someone who's lost their mind from some kind of LSD trip, someone who just doesn't talk and can't communicate, like someone who's highly autistic would not classify as militia. Someone who is like a young child probably wouldn't classify as militia. If you have a child, they could be very young. Let's say you have a 12-year-old, and you ask the 12-year-old, there's some bad people walking down the street right now. They're coming for us. Are you willing to, you could get hurt real bad, but are you willing to take this firearm? If I show you how to use it, are you willing to help us fight these bad people? And if they can understand that concept truly, not like you're trying to push it on them and they kind of get it, but like if they really truly understand and they really truly have a willingness to answer the question realistically, the kid might say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to hide in the closet. Okay. So the child has the choice to be active either way, but because the child had the ability to answer the question lucidly and understood the question, the child would be classified as militia. Okay? So militia is not some like weird private military force that has to be, the whole point of it is it's basically outside the government. So to say that the militia would be a government regulated unit or something like that, it does say well regulated, but it's not referring to well regulated by who? By what? It's not talking about the government. It's not talking about, the government does have its own militia. It's called the army. It's called the military. It's called the Marines. It's called all these different things. So how is a militia any different than that, right? So you can look it up let's look it up in fucking Black's Law 5th edition. Does Black's Law 5th edition say anything different about militia? There's definitions of gun in here. There's definitions of bullet in here. There's definitions of everything under the sun, moon, and stars in here, man. You want to look this shit up? You want to fucking learn? Marksman. Here's a definition of marksman. Definition of marriage, right? Oh, militia. Do you want to be part of the militia? Militia does not mean that someone has to act. Again, you can't say, oh, you're a Okay. The military force of the nation, consisting of citizens called for it to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrection, and repel invasion. Interesting. Militia, composition and classes. So here's, not that I really, I'm going to use this to prove my point, but at the same time, I'm going to be transparent and not be a little fucking bitch-ass piece of shit. I don't really care what the U.S. Code has to say about militia because like I said, the whole point of militia is that it's non-governmental and not regulated by the government. It's a non-governmental, citizen-based military force, and it's an essence that's inside all of us that can comprehend simple questions. Again, a militia, we are never ever forced to do anything ever. So again, I'm not saying this stuff so that people who lean right can use it on people who lean left in a way to force them into some kind of military service or militia. No. Yes, anyone who can answer the question is considered militia. Doesn't mean that they have to do the actions of a militia. It means that they are now a militia, and then now they have to answer the question and decide their own fate as a member of the militia. So someone who's left-leaning might say, I don't want to kill, I don't want to fight. That's fine. And then someone who's right-leaning might say, I do want to fight. Like I said, as long as they can answer the question, the power of choice is always senior. But they are militia. Even if you're some, cross-dressing, gay parade, a 16 dildo vest, wearing person with rainbows everywhere, doesn't matter. If you can answer the question, you are militia. Okay. Back to this. 10 U.S. Code, Section 246, militia composition and classes. Right. A is talking about the National Guard. Right. And the National Guard is like the official militia of United States. Okay. So you have the organized militia, which consists of the National Guard and the Naval Militia, right? Then number two, you have the unorganized militia, which consists of the members of the militia who are not members of the National Guard or Naval Militia, right? So again, militia, the idea of militia is inside of all of us. It's the essence of who we are and what we are. The idea of the American militia and the Second Amendment is the reason why nobody fucks with America. This is the reason why no one fucks with America, because you bring all your troops in here and all these hick-ass motherfuckers in overalls are going to be coming out of their house with all sorts of arsenals, chewing tobacco. They'll be rolling at you in a fucking lawnmower with a goddamn fucking long rifle, bolt-action rifle, in their hands, and a fucking shotgun slung over their back, and fucking dogs running at you and everything else, right? So that's the beauty of America. The beauty of America is that we have all this power and we have the willingness to fight, but we don't ever have to do it. And that's why I said earlier, this is not a symbol of harm. This is actually a symbol of defense. This is actually a symbol of the sustainment of power, and this is actually the symbol of freedom that is very, 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 very secondary, in my opinion, to the mentality of the questioning and curiosity of words, terms, and phrases. Again, like I said before. So did want to go over that. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys about, once you do become a state national, just in case anybody ever asks for your paperwork, because we are kind of in Auschwitz, where is your concealed carry permit? Where is your this? Where is your that? Where is your right to this? And where is your this to this and all this? All you got to do is you got your passport in your wallet, and then you have one of these bad boys, the Pocket Constitution. This is from, it says here, nccs.net. But I have one of these right here, and it says sharetheconstitution.com. But it looks like it may have gotten changed to another company, or maybe this is a nonprofit group. I don't know. So okay, yeah. So nccs.net. Number one selling pocket constitution, 23,400,000 distributed. They're $1 each, but you can get half off if you get 100 copies. So $49. Free shipping, made in the USA. Here's some kind of a seminar. We have all sorts of cool stuff. Speaking the language of liberty, behind the Bill of Rights, a miracle that changed the world. All sorts of cool stuff, right? If you want the cool ass old paper like what I have here, civil. Oh, I have that somewhere here. Shit. If I can't find it quickly, I have the I have a flyer. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Look at this. Wow, they didn't have these like weeks ago. I'm telling you, man, all this state national shit is just blowing up like so crazy. Oh. Hell yeah. This is it, boy. Super ghetto, old school website. This is where I bought all my shit from. You've got uscivilflags.org. On the nccs.net, you go to store, and then you go to Pocket Constitution. Ooh, children. What the fuck? They have children's books? Oh, dude, that is gangster as fuck. Look at this. The Miracle of America, Birth of a Nation, I Love America, Part 2. Ooh, that is fucking cool, man. That is fucking cool. Okay. Store, Pocket Constitutions. Here you go. You can order these bad boys, and congratulations. You now have a concealed carry and open carry permit that you can carry around with you, as long as you've changed your status. If you're a U.S. citizen, this is not a permit. If you are a state national, you don't need it, but it is a permit. You can carry it around, okay? uscivilflags.org. You can get a U.S. civilian flag, 3.5. This is where I bought this bad boy right here, this big-ass flag, as well as this cat, as well as this desk flag, and I also have a pin. I bought everything they got. So this one here is the hat that I got. This one here is my desk flag right here. Oh, no, there's the desk flag right there. There's also a car flag if you'd like to get one for your car. Miniature flags. This is like little tiny ones you see for like drinks and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. If I ever have a party or something, I'll probably get those bad boys. This is the pin. This is an arm patch. Boy, the day that the police are wearing these bad boys, ooh, man, that's going to be, the sheriff's office is going to one day, this is what the sheriff's office is going to have. These arm patches right here. If you're a cop and you're listening to all this information and you want to really rustle some feathers, I don't know what the legalities is of what you can do and what you can't do to your uniform, but man, you stitch this bad boy I think it's on your right arm. Stitch this bad boy over the war flag, the martial law flag. Sons of Liberty patches. I don't know what that means or what. Templar Prosperity patch. No clue what that is. Here's the Declaration of Independence on partridge paper. Here's a 6-foot flagpole with an eagle. Declaration of Independence, U.S. Constitution. You can get the whole package. Articles of Confederation. So the Articles of Confederation is actually what came before the Constitution, and it's actually even more powerful than the Constitution in a lot of ways. So that's another thing you should read at some point in time, the Articles of Confederation, right? Northwest Ordinance of 1787. I don't know what that is. And then this is what I bought: 3 Documents of Freedom. It comes in an envelope, right? Civilian flag, Patriot postcards. Civilian flag draped over the Capitol building. Civilian flags brochure. This is a brochure right here. This is the one that I have in my cupboard. And this is all available from uscivilflags.org. Okay. Keep in mind, one of the other things I wanted to go over when it comes to all this stuff, the Third Amendment: no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. When you fly normal American flag, when you fly the normal American flag on your vehicle, on your home, anywhere at all whatsoever, you are, as per the Third Amendment, giving consent by the owner for soldiers to garrison or be quartered in your home or in your house. You are giving jurisdiction. You are basically, essentially, what you're doing is you're waiving your right to search and seizure by having this flag on your body, or by having this flag on your car, or by having this flag on your home, etc. So when you wear one of these bad boys, and the shame of all of this is that no cop knows any of this information, okay? But you should know it, because the du jour is coming, okay? When you have one of these bad boys on your home, when you have one of these bad boys on your hat, when you have one of these bad boys on your desk, you're saying, I'm at peace. I'm not involved in your war. I have no interest in what you are doing in your little sandbox. Don't involve me in it. Thank you. That's what you were saying, okay? There are lots of other flags too. There are tons of flags. This flags say all sorts of shit. So if you would like to be a peace officer, if you would like to be a state national that is interested in peace, if you would like to be outside of all of the warring and all of the chaos that you see in the world, get yourself a pocket constitution, get yourself some civil peace flags, and wave them proudly, because that is the communication that you will be giving for that. Okay. This was a total side note. Point number 28 is actually about vaccines. So we're seeing a lot about vaccines recently in the media. Vaccines are essentially patent projects. And what I mean by that is the whole point of any DNA altering activity is to patent the newly created DNA, because the DNA is no longer natural. It's artificial, and artificial means it can be trademarked or owned or patented. Once they patent the new strains, legally they own you. It's the same way they own GMO corn or GMO salmon or GMO anything else, right? Genetically modified food sets the precedent in law to patent human DNA. They're trying to own you in every single possible way. The more angles they own you, the more it becomes truth in law. Okay? So they want you to say you're not a man and woman. You're a birthing person. You're a non-binary shooting star. That takes away all your rights. They want you to say you're a U.S. citizen. That takes away all your rights. They want you to get vaccinated, which now makes you own property. Enough of these things pile up, and they could probably literally come pick you up, put you in a van, stuff you in a box, ship you off somewhere, have you cut up, harvest your organs, and it would be legal. I'm not kidding. There will be a point where there's enough of these fucking things in place where you got enough contracts in place where they can literally kidnap you. It's not kidnapping, because they're just picking up. It's like going, I own a pair of shoes that's over at my buddy's house, and I go over and pick up my pair of shoes and bring them home. It's going to be no different in the eyes of the law. So keep in mind, If you are vaccinated and you are listening to these videos, I recommend that you start telling everyone under the sun, moon, and stars that you are not vaccinated. You write affidavits as such. You send them out. You try to get all your records deleted or taken away. Go to the hospital. Go to the center and say, I would like all of my records destroyed as per HIPAA or something. I don't know. Figure it out. I would try to wipe out all evidence that you were ever vaccinated from every single computer and system possible. And then just in your mind and in the mind of everyone around you, just delete the fact that it ever happened out of your existence. That's what I would do if I were you. If you haven't gotten vaccinated yet, obviously don't, because they own you. They own the DNA strain in your body, right? And you have these things like they've already done this. So this is not a theory. They've already done this. They've already patented salmon. They've already patented living creatures, multiple of them. They've already patented changing their DNA structure and then owning the DNA structure, thus owning the whole fucking thing. Okay, so this is not some theory. This is not some conspiracy theory. This is not some crazy whatever. This has already been done. This has been going on for a long time. So, there's so many different, you could say, oh, they would never do that. They would never do a lot of things. All of COVID was they would never do any of that. And there it happened, right? And that's why this is the Great Awakening, because people are realizing that they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And if they can own you through vaccinations and patenting DNA, they will. So there you go. That's it for video number 28. I will see you guys on video number 29.